The pager blast. Hamas attack on Israel last October was a case of low tech beating high tech. Israel had built an electronic fence fortress around itself and thought it was safe. Hamas came in electronically naked and crawled across. No alarms, no sirens, no alerts, not even a beep. That was the nastiest surprise that Israel got since Anwar Sadat cried wolf and war several times in 1973 and finally invaded on October 6. Low tech beating high tech is nothing new in war. Mythology and history give several instances. Lord Sri Ram's monkey troops from the wilds of Kishkinda beat the well heeled and well wheeled, that is, chariots, Lankan troops in the Ramayana. Henry V's 6,000 odd English long bowmen beat 14,000 Frenchmen who were carrying the more advanced crossbows at Agincourt in 1415. General J. N. Chowdhury's World War vintage Shermans and Centurions made a graveyard of Pakistan Prime Ministers, US supplied and air conditioned Patton tanks in a tank battle of 1965, known variously as Longowal and Asal Uttar. In war, it is neither technology nor the size of your force that finally matters. It is tactical ingenuity. The Israelis have since relearned this lesson. Look at what their Mossad did in September. In this age of internet and artificial intelligence, they used a fax age technology to unnerve the Hezbollah, who have been needling them from the sides while they were waging their war against Hamas. The radio pager was perhaps the second last popular tech gadget of the 20th century, the last being the non smartphone, which is said to be on its last rings these days. The pager's reign in our hands, our lives, was brief, about a decade or less. It slipped out before it could catch popular fancy, much like the airship of the interwar era, the electronic typewriter of the 1970s, its smarter electronic kid brother of the 1980s, or the fax of the 1990s. Since then, a whole generation has been born, schooled, and jobbed without any of them hearing a beep or seeing a blip from the pager. But then, the pager blasters of September are not going into the annals of military history with the honor that the long bowmen of Agincourt or the tank warriors of Asal Uttar had earned. Those were heroic battles waged by regimented troops operating under known commanders against other regimented troops, both following certain written or unwritten codes of conduct and guided by norms of honor in the battlefield. Not the pager blasters. They wreaked havoc not in the enemy's battlefields but in the enemy's backyards. They killed and maimed boys, BBs, and begums in busy bazaars. Killing kids in plazas and slaughtering shoppers in stores is not war, it is terror, the very crime that Israel is accusing its enemies of perpetuating. One may ask, can't a state being subjected to constant terror resort to terror? India should say no. We have been terrorized since the 1980s with booby traps in the valley, transistor bombs in the buses, timer bombs in markets, remote bombs in plazas, cooker bombs in local trains, Kalashnikov killers in metro cities, and suicide bombers in military stations. Yet, the ethos of honor that runs in the veins of our republic have prevented us from picking up the tools of the devil. We wage wars with weapons of honor. Need a proof? When terrorists from the Badlands around Balakot blasted into Uri and Pathankot, India sent uniformed pilots wearing their squadron colors, not to bomb the bazaars of Balakot, but to blast the terror school there. Thank you for listening. Hamas attack on Israel last October was a case of low tech beating high tech. Israel had built an electronic fence fortress around itself and thought it was safe. Fortress, Fortress. Fortress means a large, strong building that can be defended from attack. That was the nastiest surprise that Israel got since Anwar Sadat cried wolf and war several times in 1973. Cry wolf and war means to give a false alarm, ask for help when it is not needed. In war, it is neither technology nor the size of your force that finally matters. It is tactical ingenuity. Ingenuity. Ingenuity means the quality of being clever, original, and inventive. Thank you very much.